Welcome, you gorgeous millennials, to the Millennial Matriarch podcast. I am your host, Ashlie, and with me is my lipstick-wearing, no longer traveling, silly little goose co-host, Alexis.
We can't start every single episode with me complaining about how much I can see my mustache and then me doing something to fix my mustache. For all of you listening, sometimes I do have a mustache. However, I've taken care of it. But since we record in the nighttime now, it's really, really, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Don't look. If you're watching on YouTube, don't tell me. Don't check. Look at my beautiful face.
You don't have to tell us because we told you first, okay? You can't make fun of me because I already made fun of myself. So don't even start. So you're doing well?
Well, I am, but it just kills me because I feel like every time we log on to record, because Ashley's in Texas and it's daylight when we record, right now at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
I feel like you look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like you're hopeful. And then I feel like I get on to record and it's like, it's dark. My eyes are red from too much screen time all day and I have a mustache. So I think you need to show up uglier to make me feel better.
Up 90% of the time when we're recording this podcast. Don't even start with me. I just happened to shower today and was like, maybe I'll put a little makeup on just to like even out the skin tone. Plus I have my new like ring light situation. So I think that's like, and it's above me. It's a whole, it's a whole situation over here. I didn't wake up like this. Today is a fun one because we are doing a full mouthful. It's a little silly. It's a little slutty. We needed a full mouthful today because we're kind of coming off of like a heavy-ish episode and we just felt like it was time to have a little fun, dish on some topics that frankly we've had on our list for a while or things that have come up this week. So we really had to get to it. I am celebrating with I'm calling it like a micro-dosed THC cocktail. It's not a lot. It's just like a schmidgen. Like
How
I
many
just
milligrams?
wanted to see 2 milligrams, if that.
You'll be fine. One of the episodes we recorded, I was drinking a THC cocktail that I made, meaning I take the THC seltzers and then I mix them with other things. I didn't realize that the can was 100 milligrams. So by the time we got off the podcast, I like went to bed.
What?
Yeah, I've done this to myself like twice with these 100 milligram cans because I also have 5 milligram cans.
100 milligram cans is out of control. Those exist? Are you meant to have a little bit or is one serving one can? Who's drinking 100 milligrams?
Me accidentally, but I cut it. So this is how it happened. I bought these THC seltzers and I had bought a bunch of them from 2 different dispensaries. Shout out to Harbor House in Chelsea, MA. Shout out to East Boston Cannabis Co. in East Boston. Those are my 2 main dispensaries. I bought seltzers from both of them. I happened to have bought 5 milligrams from East Boston Cannabis Co. Then a few days later, I didn't realize I bought 100 milligrams when I went to Harbor House and bought those seltzers. So I was just like, oh, I have a cranberry lime TH seltzer. I have the fruity Mary ginger ale Canada Dries that come out seasonally. I'm just going to pour a little bit of this in a glass and throw some ice in it. So I cut it. And then it wasn't until I was like sitting on the couch and I was like, why can't I see my phone? Like I can't. I was like, what?
So you didn't put the whole can.
No, but
anyway.
I drank because I cut it, but then I kept I finished the can.
Right. You still drank 100 milligrams.
But I didn't. But in my mind, I said this to my husband and also my neighbor. I said, but I mixed it. And they both were like, but you still ingested 100 milligrams of THC.
Right. You might not have done it.
Which brings me to my next
quickly.
point. If you have 10 margaritas or shoot 5 tequila shots, what do you feel faster? That's where my logic was that because I diluted it and drank it over the course of several hours, because it was multiple drinks.
I gotcha.
I'm not a scientist.
I'm with you on that logic. I'm a big fan of like the mixers or I don't know what it's called. I guess it's like a liqueur version of a THC. So like nowadays, Pomos.
What'd you call it?
Nowadays, it's a brand.
A liqueur.
It's almost like, you know how, like, alcohol has
Like a
liqueur? It's
liqueur.
like a condensed, like, thing that
Yeah.
you're meant to mix with, like, something that's lighter. You're not meant to pour them in a glass over ice and drink them. You're meant to mix them with, like, a plain seltzer or whatever. So, like, today I mixed mine with an apple crisp Olipop, which is, like, my new favorite drink. It literally just
Ooh.
tastes like a bubbly apple cider, and this is so, like, millennial health conscious of me, but 1 can of Olipop, this particular Olipop, the apple crisp, has 9 grams of fiber in it.
Olipop has fiber in it?
Yeah, so does Poppy, which I really love because I try to eat high fiber, so, like, it's a really easy way to like, yeah, it's a prebiotic soda, that's not really why I drink it, it's more because I want, like, a fun little fizzy drink, and it has like, a lot of Poppies have, like, 3 to 5 grams of fiber, but Olipop tends to have more, but I think because it's apple, it has, like, way more 9 grams, isn't that wild?
Yeah,
So,
that seems like a lot.
I'm gonna be smooth moving tomorrow.
Your husband's a lucky man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm consistent. I'm regular, and I'm consistent, and men love that.
What more could you want in a wife?
Yeah. What are you drinking tonight or nothing?
Well, I have 2 drinks. So, we're gonna get to this a little later, but I'm drinking a little Sauvignon Blanc because I made a Ina Garten baked cod recipe. I just wanna say this. When a recipe I'm asking you a question. When a recipe calls for, like, a half a cup of white wine, but you only have white wine that you like to drink, like white wine that you wanna drink, not like the shitty like, if I know that I'm gonna be cooking with white wine, I will buy, like, shitty white wine to cook with.
Yep.
But I bought this Sauvignon Blanc because I wanted to drink it, but then I also wanted a half a cup in my Ina Garten baked cod recipe. So
Yeah.
I said, a glass for the cod, a glass for the chef.
It's reward. You're cooking off all of the alcohol in the meal, you might as well add it back.
But I also had to make sure it tasted right because I can't what if I didn't like it?
That's true, that's true. You didn't want it to, like, get all, like, rancid in your dish. I get it. I thought you were gonna ask if you only have the stuff do you like to drink, do you put less in the recipe so that you have more left to drink?
I did not put a half a cup.
I was
I
like,
put
"Yeah,
like
I
a
put a fourth
I
of
put
a
a
cup, and then
splish.
I drink a full."
I want to say this. I looked this up a long time ago. By a long time ago, I mean probably like 3 months. You can use chicken stock as a substitute for white wine in recipes. However, it does not have the same effect. I've
Yeah.
done it. If a recipe, especially if we're talking major players in my meal tonight, white wine, garlic, butter, lemon. It is not the same when you sub the chicken stock with it's something about that combo.
The white wine has it gives the dish, like, that, like, bite, that, like, kinda back of your
Crisp.
jaw, crispy
Yes.
bite, and it's not the same as lemon, like, lemon has that, like, sourness, but, like, yeah, it gives it that, like I don't know how else to describe it, that bite in the back of your jaw, and so, yeah, broth is not gonna do that,
No.
but protein, so it depends what you're looking for.
I mean, I also never have a shortage of chicken stock in my home. I also yesterday made Ina Garten's chicken stock recipe.
Mhm.
So I also was like, do I Ina for an Ina or do I just white wine? Because you know what?
Right.
Ina would white wine. Jeffrey would want Ina to white wine.
Absolutely. Dear Jeffrey. Do you ever just drink straight up, like, bone broth?
Yeah, I do in the morning sometimes with like ginger and turmeric and cayenne pepper and lemon and apple cider vinegar. I'll do like a whole
Ew,
concoction.
does it taste weird when you add all that?
No, but I also my favorite way to drink bone broth is actually with soy sauce in it because I like salt.
I see that. I think that sounds delicious. I think
Yeah,
that
so I'll
sounds
do
so
like
good.
soy sauce,
Yeah.
ginger, garlic.
Sometimes I'll,
Yeah,
like, drink bone broth if, like sounds this is trigger warning for any
anti-bone brothers.
disordered eaters out there. But sometimes, like, when it's, like, the end of the night and, like, I've already eaten, like, a full meal and maybe I've had dessert and, like, I'm still hungry, but I don't wanna, like, eat more.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm not eating, I'm just saying, like, I've had my full meals, and for whatever reason,
yeah.
I'm still starving, I will have, like, a cup of bone broth, like, in a mug, like, almost like or, like, tea, but, like, bone broth because of,
You're
like, the
getting
protein.
satiated and it's doing something good for your body. It's a twofer.
And the collagen.
So I actually typically
More
drink
collagen
broth.
in bone broth, right?
There is,
Yeah.
because it's the bone. So I actually typically will drink bone broth in the morning when I wake up before I have coffee
Mm,
because I drink bone broth to help with my maybe I do, maybe I don't PCOS
mm. Okay,
like
what
effects.
in the bone broth is supposed to help? Is it, like, just the protein? Is it
It's just
really
it's
kind
the
of fucking know,
nutrients.
don't ask me.
I mean, right. No, it's like listen, it's like it's the nutrients, it's also the ginger, it's anti-inflammatory with the ACV and the lemon. Like it's just like all that. But the whole reason I do that is so I'm not drinking coffee on an empty stomach and then having my like I think it spikes your cortisol higher when you have caffeine on an empty stomach. I might be spreading a
Yeah.
rumor, but either way,
Do you drink, like, do you put sweeteners in your coffee, like sugar, creamer, anything like that?
I always use a low sugar oat milk creamer.
Yeah,
So
but
for me, low sugar is like 4 milligram. Yeah, I know. I
that's
can't give
another
up
reason to
sugar.
eat the bone broth first
Yeah.
because when the first thing you ingest in the day has sugar, it spikes your glucose levels, and then your glucose levels are basically like fighting with you all day long because it's
Yeah.
the way that you started the day. So then you're craving more, and then you're putting it in, and then you're crashing, and then you're basically on this roller coaster ride to hell.
Yes.
This is not something that I'm not a fucking doctor, but Glucose Goddess, she's like a influencer and not even
In the
she's like a
glucose space?
well, she's like a fucking nutritionist. Like she knows what she's talking about, but that's her handle. I've seen like so many clips of her. So I heard her saying that is like they call her glucose goddess because she's like on the fight against like sugar and glucose.
Yeah.
She also said that even though I'm going off on a tangent, even though like diet sodas, like or diet drinks, like yeah, diet sodas, even though they have like saccharin in it, which is like a known carcinogen, you're better off drinking that than like a full sugar soda
I've heard
because
that too.
of just how detrimental glucose spikes can be to your like long-term health. She's like, honestly, you're better off. There's some girl on TikTok who like talks about like what she eats in a day, and she'll always have like a Diet Coke and be like, all of the chemicals, none of the calories. Just an acknowledgement that, like, listen, we shouldn't really be drinking like that shit. Guilty's charged, but
Right, I mean, yeah.
you're better off than a full soda. Like my mom, like no shade, was always like, I just rather give you like the real thing than like the diet thing. Like
Yeah.
even though like the diet thing is less calories or whatever. And this goes for drink, food, whatever. And I'm aligned with that. Like I think whole foods and like
Yeah.
real things over anything. But if you're gonna have a soda, then just have the diet soda. I mean, I'm not preaching, but this is what I heard. I'm just passing
That's
along the
what yeah.
message to the fans.
I will say this. The way that I approach life and this world, and I'm actually might get this tattooed on my body. I've been saying this for a long time. It's all poison. Pick your poison.
Where are you gonna put that?
Tramp stamp it. Give Biggie something to look at.
Honestly, don't change. Don't change. Yeah, you're right though. Pick your poison.
Everything is killing us. And I think you just need to pick what I have to say this. If you want to go out and the last thing that you ingested is a Diet Coke, fucking go out that way. If you want to go out and the last thing you ate is fucking, I can't believe it's not butter or
Mhm.
or like a truckload of pound cake, do whatever's going to make you happy.
I want to acknowledge that we are in the month of February, which
We
means
are.
that Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Ashlie, do you want to wish me something? It's February.
Oh, happy Black History Month.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Honestly, you had to do it. Happy Black History Month.
Thank
I'll just
you.
leave. I'm just gonna leave. You take it from here.
Thank you. You were about to talk about Valentine's Day and I was
I
like,
thought
oh,
you
she's
wanted
not.
me to show my nails.
Oh, your nails do look
Only
really
because
cute.
we were
You can
talking
show
about
your
it before the
nails.
podcast, but you right.
But it's also Valentine's Day.
More importantly, it's Black History Month. But I want to talk about Valentine's Day. You know, I'm a married woman. Alexis is a married woman. So you know, we're I guess we're in that place, right? But I was
Does that mean
curious.
we're in a relationship? What's that place that we're just married?
Well, I feel like I say that because I feel like Valentine's Day for someone who's just like boyfriend, girlfriend is different. Like, maybe it's a little more turned up. Whereas, like, I don't know, like, we're
100%.
married, we've been together with our
100%.
partners for years and years, like, it doesn't have, like, the glamour that it used to, but what I was gonna ask you is, like, what sort of historically have been your thoughts on Valentine's Day? Because obviously there's people who are like, "Oh, it's all about consumerism, it's bullshit. You don't need to tell this person that you love them, like, if you don't tell them every day, like, what does this one day matter? Like, you should there's a lot of debate, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how you feel about historically and, like, do you have any plans?
Since I was single, I'm in a relationship, whatever stage I've been in my life, I fully believe that Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday.
Mhm.
I think that Valentine's Day is only super fun when you're in elementary school and you get to go to everybody's little mailboxes on their chairs and you get to do it's basically like Halloween for love. That's when I think Valentine's Day is at its prime.
Yeah.
Biggie and I do Biggie and I do celebrate Valentine's Day. However, we most years, or not most years, so we've been together. This will be our fifth Valentine's Day together or something like that. A lot of times we actually don't celebrate on real Valentine's Day because it's just like historically depending on like our work schedules or whatever. I actually love to go out with him on the Mistress Valentine's Day night because it's more entertaining for me. I think
What's
it's better.
that?
Have you not heard?
I've heard of Galentine's, and then I've heard of Valentine's. What's the mistress night? February
Okay.
15th?
Yes.
Wow, I fucking nailed that. Because 'Cause isn't Galentine's the 3rd?
Yes. It says February 13th. I think whichever day you're not with who you're supposed to be with, I think it can be interchangeable.
Yeah.
But I love to go out either before Valentine's Day or right after and pretend that everybody in the restaurant is like a scandal.
I'm not saying because I didn't know this that this isn't a widely known thing, but this might be I mean, it is a thing clearly, but, like, I don't know if it's a widely known thing. So imagining you, like, sitting in, like, a dimly lit restaurant on February 15th with your actual husband, but looking around and being like, "Oh my god, like, do people think I'm the mistress?" And, like, people are just
Yeah,
having, like, a normal Saturday night. It's hilarious.
it's
Like,
for me. It's for me.
good point. Touche.
However, this year we are going out on real Valentine's Day because it
Mm.
is a Saturday night.
Yeah, that works
Biggie
out.
made a reservation, so we're doing real Valentine's Day. He typically does buy me flowers. So I do have to say I was put on probation, but Big E used to buy me flowers every time I went to the grocery store with or without me. So he used to buy me flowers every week. And then I got put on probation because I was a bad girl and not in a fun way. So
Yeah.
he
More to
actually
come on
bought
that.
me, yeah, stay tuned for a later date. But he actually bought me flowers this weekend, and I said, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then my next breath was, "You still have to buy me flowers for Valentine's Day."
Yeah. So that's very Ashley coded of you because I too I'm like, "Legit," and I'm always like, "Oh, I need more romance." And then like I'll either guess the thing that's coming or like if I was a good person, like I would just shut the fuck up and like let it happen. But instead I'm like, "So like are you going to like also buy flowers?" And he was
I
like,
was like,
"Yeah, I fucking ordered like something is on the way. Like you just fucking
"Yeah,
ruined it." So sometimes we
no,
just need to shut up. Cuz he probably was going to anyway.
no,
You
don't
don't
give him
think
credit."
so?
I don't
Alright.
know.
Alright, I take it back.
G is not Biggie, so I don't know. I can't say that I know, but I also think I get that from my mom. Like, I think about things my mom has said to me where she's been like, my mom would like do something nice and then be like, "Wasn't that nice of me?" And I think it's the same thing. Like, I think it's like,
Yeah. It's
before we get back to Valentine's Day, I do need this is a really quick aside, but I think you'll laugh. So we were in Greece, my sister, my mom, and I, for one of my college best friends, her wedding. And I was sleeping because my flight got in really late the night before. So my mom and my sister went down for breakfast. And my mom looked at my sister and said, "I'm going to bring Alexis breakfast to the room. Aren't I such a good mommy?" Like joking. And my sister like rolled her eyes. They brought breakfast up to the room to me. My mom hands me the breakfast and I go, "Oh, you're such a good mommy." And my mom looked at my sister and was like, "See, told you."
told you, bitch.
So, I don't know. I think it's not my fault. It's in my blood.
I get it. I get it.
But what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Are you doing anything?
Yes. So I totally get people who don't like it, who are just like, whatever, it's a Hallmark holiday. Like, I totally understand it. But I think I've said this before. I am the type of person who just, I feel like there isn't enough to celebrate in the world. So let's celebrate it all. Let's celebrate the birthdays, the anniversaries, the promotions, the Valentine's Day, the Groundhog's Day. Just kidding. Like, let's celebrate it, you know? Do I watch sports? No. Do I love to go to a Super Bowl party? Absolutely. I just feel like there's not enough days in the year where there's something to celebrate. So let's fucking go for it. And I think like I was chronically single for the majority of my young life. And I think I always like wanted someone to like celebrate Valentine's Day with.
Yeah. You're allowed.
I doubt at 16 I was gonna have like a monumental Valentine's Day, but I think like I always wished I had. So like when I actually started like dating people, like that was important to me. And I'm gonna tell you two like mini little stories about Valentine's Day that just came up when I said those words. So number one is in high school, there was like it must have been like a specific club or something, and they sold carnations for Valentine's Day. So basically like the day before or the morning of, if you wanted to like buy someone a carnation, you would go to like the office or wherever they were selling them. It was like $1 per carnation. You would write them a little card, and then later in the day, the people who ran that club would hand deliver the carnations to people's classes. So it was kind of
This
like,
is
you know, in
very
Mean
Mean
Girls.
Girls.
Yes. Right. Thank you. So for those who don't know, in Mean Girls, when it's Christmas time, it's a very similar thing, and they do it with like Christmas cards or candy canes. Oh yeah, candy
It's like
canes, right?
holiday grams. Yeah.
That's the famous like "none for you, Glen Coco" line, because there's none for Gretchen Wieners or Glen Coco. And yes, it was very much like that. They literally like two people would come with like a bucket of carnations with like all the little cards, and they would be like, "Alexis," and then she would have like two or three. And I never got like me and my friends would sometimes buy each other carnations, but I never got carnations from a boy, even boys that I was like messing around with. But you know what? You live and you learn. So there was that. And then the other thing that comes up for me is my last serious boyfriend before my now husband. We dated for a few months, and then we went long distance when I moved to the Bay Area for a little
Yeah.
while. And Valentine's Day fell into that time where we were apart, where like I had been living there for a couple months already. And, like, I went out of my way to, like, I ordered Georgetown cupcakes, and I had them delivered to his house with, like, a note, and
Sweet.
I may or may not have sent him some cute pictures
Well, it's your long
in
distance. You have to keep
celebration.
that
Yeah,
spark
you
alive.
gotta do what you gotta do. It was like a weekend or something, and I wasn't working, and, like, I took myself out for, like, a long walk, and I was still, like, exploring the city. So I, like,
Yeah.
kind of busied myself that day, but there was a part of me that was hoping, like, I'd come home and there would, like, be something, and, like, sure enough, I was out, and he, like, texted me, and he was like, "Oh my god, babe, like, thank you so much. This is so sweet." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And then, like, I got home, and there was, funny enough, there was a what is it called? Like Mary's Berries or something? It's kind of those, like it's like
What is
edible
it? Like an
arrangements with,
edible
like, chocolate
arrangement?
covered strawberries.
Oh, that's
So I
nice.
get so excited, and I go in my house, and I open it up. My dad had sent them to me, which was so sweet, which he, like, never does, but for whatever reason, that year he did, which is weird because I had a boyfriend, so why did he do that? But
But
my dad had sent me this.
did the boyfriend
Nothing.
send you? See, that's why he's your
Nothing.
ex-boyfriend.
Not a single thing. I didn't get a card. I didn't get like, I got, like, a happy Valentine's Day, but only after he got the cupcakes from me. And I just think, like, what a fucking moron. Like, you
Yes,
got your
what a
cupcakes
fucking
early
moron.
in the afternoon. It's called the internet. Like, why didn't you go online at that he knew where I lived. Like, why didn't you go online at that point and, like, order flowers or something last minute? Honestly, I was even willing to accept, like, a next day delivery. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Like a, "Oops,
Nothing.
I forgot. Let me make it up to you." There was nothing, and there wasn't even, like, an acknowledgement of, like, "Oh, I didn't get you anything."
You have admittedly said that you were a Splenda baby.
Yeah,
So,
right.
did he not have the funds to
Probably,
send you?
probably, but he also, like, sold weed, so, like, he could have figured it out.
Use that drug money for something good.
I could go on and on about that whole thing, but, like, get just, like figure it out.
Figure it
I
out.
remember he didn't have, like he had, like, a debit card, but he didn't have, like, a credit card, which I thought was
And he
weird
was
for, like, a
old. Was he
30
old?
yeah, for, like, a 30-something-year-old man at the
Yeah.
time, and I was, like, 23, and even I had, like, a couple credit cards. Granted, I shouldn't have, but
You know,
whatever.
well,
You live and you
listen, you live
learn.
and you learn.
Anyway, but yeah, that's what I think about when I'm like, "Ooh, my history with Valentine's Day," but that kind of all culminates into, yes, we celebrate. I told him when we were dating and, we were dating a good amount of time before Valentine's Day hit that first year, and I was like, "Yeah, like, I'm that type of person who, like, I like to celebrate that stuff." So, it's never like a big, like, crazy thing, but it's like, "Hey, what are we doing for Valentine's Day?" So, we're gonna go to dinner on the 13th.
So you're
Which
the
I think was a
mistress.
Friday the 13th. Yikes.
It
Maybe
is.
that was a
I
bad
love a Friday
idea.
the no, I love a Friday the 13th.
But we're going to this restaurant that we really love that does, like, one of those, like it's just called dinner, and basically it's like a flat amount, and they just, like, bring you, like, course after course after course,
But I
and it's
love
like,
this.
it's very, like, farm to table, like,
Yeah.
boho restaurant where it's, like, very, like, vegetable forward, but, like, they have some, like, incredible items. We've been there a couple times, and I really like it. So, yeah, I'm
Wait, I have
excited.
a follow-up question. On the Valentine's Day theme,
Mm.
but adjacent, date nights.
Yeah, every Thursday.
Okay, so see, that is something that you and your husband are so much better at than my husband and I.
Why? Because we have them and you guys don't? Or what do you mean?
Yes, that. We actually Big E took me to a Celtics game on Sunday, and it was, like,
Oh,
so much fun, and he got us really nice seats, and, like, it was spur of the moment. Basically, I had gotten cabin fever because and this is my fault. We had a snowstorm last weekend, not this past weekend, like, the weekend before, and he said to me, he said, "Hey, do you wanna go out to dinner before we're snowed in for the next 4 days?" And I said, "It's already too cold. I want
yeah.
to stay inside the home." So
Yeah.
then by the time this week came around, I had cabin fever.
Yeah.
And we went to a comedy show Friday night. I'm an adult and I can leave my house with my friends. But I basically was like, I need you to show me the moon. I need you to take me to outer space.
I need you to wine and dine me, baby. And he said, "Bet. Let's go to TD
And he
Garden."
said, no, but can I tell you? He and I have the best time at
Yeah.
Celtics games because I used to play basketball, like, as a kid. My sister played basketball. I grew up watching the Knicks and the Liberty. Like, I'm from Jersey. I grew up going to Madison Square Garden. So, like, I get really into basketball games. So it's actually, like, really fun when he and I go together. And, like, he just, like, texted me on a whim Sunday afternoon. We were both at our respective
I love
workouts
that.
separately. He was like, "Do you wanna go to the Celtics game?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"How many blowjobs is gonna cost me?" No, I'm kidding. Um, but but, like, we went and it was so much fun, and, like, we both are like, we need to be so much better about that. Like, and I know that this is what happens. When we were dating, and even, like, the first 2 years that we lived together, we were so good about going on date nights,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I don't know what you get comfortable. And then for me, if
Yeah.
you're cold when it's cold, oh, don't make me leave the house when it's cold.
Well, we've only installed? I don't know. Instilled
Whichever,
this
whatever
Thursday night
Windows
thing,
update you needed to do.
um, like, a couple years ago, and G and I have been together for over it was 8 years in September.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah,
So
so if you
long.
think about it, like, I think we're a couple years longer than y'all, so, like,
You're like a solid, like, 3.5 years longer.
yeah, and we
Like,
only started
yeah.
doing this a couple years ago because you know what it was born out of? It was, like, post-COVID where we were officially both, like, fully working remote, but we were, like, we were both, like, at the time, just, like, very like, our works was very intense, and we were like, "We're, like, living for the weekend, and then we have to cram everything into a weekend, and, like, we want to, like, enjoy the week." Like,
Yeah, I
so
like
we were like,
that.
"We should pick a weeknight to go on a date," and, like, it's a must do. So it's like, yes, it's for us and to connect, but it's also for us personally, like, so that we feel like we're doing something other than just working Monday through Friday, like, we have something
I
else
love
to
that.
do.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, I think because it's weekly, the dates are not, like, elaborate, or
I think
not that a
that's
Celtics game is
fine.
elaborate, but meaning, like, it's like,
Yeah.
we'll just, like, go to dinner or, like, and we trade off. So, like, he has this Thursday, I have next Thursday, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
and it's not like a big surprise or anything like that. It's sort of like, "Hey, do you wanna do this? Great, I'll do that, I'll book it." Would you rather, though, like, have, like, more consistent dates and they're sort of, like, middle of the road type dates? Or would you prefer, like, something a little, like, flashier and nicer and maybe spontaneous every once in a while? I don't know.
Both. So,
Good
no, I
answer.
like
Good answer.
I want more, mommy, and I want it now.
Yeah. I want it
No,
tall.
I say both because I think so this is why I say that. I think committing to weekly date nights is hard
Yeah.
because, like, things may come up. We might wanna do things with our respective friends. We might
Yep.
I like to leave room. Then also, I don't necessarily think that, like, it always has to be elaborate, but actually one thing I said to Biggie, I was like, "Listen, you took care of Valentine's Day this year." I was like, "What if I plan Valentine's Day next year?"
I like that.
Because I like the idea of trading off. So, like, he got his tickets to the Celtics game. So, like, I wanna, like, do our next date night after Valentine's Day. Like, I wanna plan something because I and we fall into the routine of I like to go to restaurants, and I like to go to dinner.
Me too.
But I'm like, there's so many other things that we could be doing. Like, we actually sometimes, like, we'll go to mini golf,
Yeah.
and I wanna start doing more, like, activity. That's what it is. I wanna start doing more activity date nights.
May I make a suggestion?
Please.
I heard about this, like, very early on into our relationship, and we kind of instilled it, a date jar. So it's basically just, like,
Love
a
that.
little, like, bowl or mason jar or whatever, and you each every time, like, you think of something, you just kinda write it down on a piece of paper, crumple it up, throw it in there, and then anytime that you need inspiration, you dig in and do that. For our anniversary a few years ago, he got me, like, a little, like, glass I guess a glass chalice that was, like, had a little engraving on it, and it's like an
Oh,
official date jar, like, it has little slots, you put, like,
so
the paper in.
cute.
So at our wedding, we had, like, a little activity table, and we asked all of our guests to contribute to the date jar, and
I
so
love that.
now, like, when we're stumped, we, like, reach in there, and, like, there's, like, crazy shit from, like, our
Wait, can you tell
guests.
me what is one have you gotten any that you're just like, "Oh my god, I would have never thought about that?" And I know I'm asking this on the fly,
Um,
but is, like, there anything that stands out that you're
there's
like,
definitely been ones that have been, like, dirty and sexual.
I don't know if you wanna you can say them on the air unless you don't want to.
This one wasn't, like, dirty, but it was a fun one, and I had to put it back because it was, like, it wasn't gonna work that week. I was looking for something more, like, to do in the home, but one was to meet at a bar and pretend that you're strangers.
Oh, I
Like,
love
he shows
that.
up in his car, I show up in mine, and I definitely wanna do that.
Yeah,
So
like role
I put
playing.
it back
I've
because I
talked
was like,
about that.
"We'll get to you. We'll get to you."
Yeah.
And then there's been I don't know, I don't remember, like, exact details, but there's just been, like, dirty ones, like, I don't know, like, eat her ass out or something like that, and we're like, "Bet, no worries." Yeah, and then there's been, like, just cute ones, like, one was like, "Oh, like, watch Bob Ross and paint at home." It went terribly, but it was fun and it was silly and, like, it just something I wouldn't have thought of to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're working through it. A lot of people wrote in and we were grateful. We were like, "Well, we have the rest of our lives, so please give us lots of ideas." Obviously, you don't have to go that far, but
I wanna do that.
if you're sort of, like, hoarding instead of, like, keeping, like, notes on your phone, it's something you share together, and he can reach in and pull out something he's written or that you've written, it doesn't matter. And then you kind of, like, make a rule, like, if it's feasible, you do it. You don't question it. You just book
Right.
it, do it, figure it out.
I have said this to Biggie. I wanna do more like I think I'm impulsive. I like spur of the moment things. I wanna do more spur of the moment weekend trips. Like, get in your car,
Yes.
let's bring Cookie, let's go to the Berkshires, let's go to Rhode Island,
Yeah.
let's drive to Toronto. Like, we're in Boston, it's not that far. Not Toronto. What's right over
Yeah.
the border? Oh, no, what's literally right over the border? Oh my god.
Montreal? No. Oh, that's not right. I'm
No,
really
that's
bad at
not.
geography. That's
It's
embarrassing.
okay. Anyway, Canada is not far. Like, just like I'm like, let's
No,
get in
you're
the car
right.
and just like go. But I also want to do it with the airport. My dream one day, and
Yeah.
maybe you can do this dream, is I want to 24 hours before book a ticket anywhere in the world and just get on a plane and go. That is my
Yeah.
goal one day.
Yeah. Ugh, I feel like Yeah, I'd need to have, like, a little pot of, like, FU money to do that, but
Well,
you're
no, but
so
that's
right.
the thing is it's like,
That's the
yeah, you
point.
can't do that on a
You just
whim.
do
You
it.
can't
Yeah, I would love to.
yeah.
And I think, like, especially where you are, like, on the East Coast, like, you can drive a few hours and be in a totally different state, in a totally different
Yeah.
place. For
You'd
me,
still
like,
be in
we live
Texas.
I would, but it's, like, embarrassing. We've done such little exploration of
You could
Texas,
be a
and, like,
tourist.
we could go 3 hours to the left, and there's Corpus Christi, which is, like, the beach and the water, like,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of places that we could go and visit, and we haven't, so I would love to do that and
Yeah.
explore more. That's a good idea. But, yeah, that's kind of the culmination of, like, Valentine's Day, dating. The next topic I wanted to get into was talk about consumerism. This, like, shtick that's happening with people that are wearing their, like, under eye masks, like, out in public. They're putting them on, and then they're, like, going to the grocery store, going to the gym, like,
Yeah.
and that's something I don't understand, and I know I've talked about, like, fitness class issues before, but, like, it's becoming a bigger part of my life, so it's, like, where I literally spend almost every morning is, like, potentially in a fitness class, and, like, I don't understand the concept. Like, are your eye bags so bad that you're like, "Oof, we better slap these on, do our workout, and then hopefully everything will be copacetic post?" Same thing for whether you're going grocery shopping, whether you're taking the kids to school, like, what are you doing? It almost feels like, to me, it feels like people are, like, doing it almost like a style trend. Like, there was a while there where people were wearing the, like, star pimple patches out, like,
Oh, yeah,
almost
they
like
still
it's
do
like a
that.
fashion statement, and I
Yeah.
I I'm sorry, if you're one of those people, like, I love skincare, I commend you, but I don't understand, especially if you're gonna go and, like, do a bunch of burpees in a workout class, aren't they
Well,
gonna
I don't
fall
think
off?
that's feasible because 'cause they're gonna fall out, but
That's what I'm
however,
saying, I don't understand.
I love to do a little under eye mask when I take Cookie out under my sunglasses sometimes. Because it's like a twofer. It's like, okay, I have to take Cookie out. I'm gonna have them on for 15 minutes.
That's the difference, Alexis, and I'm not just placating you. There's a difference because you're just, like, popping out to walk your dog and then you're going home. You're not like, "I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
they're
out for the
also
next few
hidden.
hours."
Yes, like I also have them under sunglasses so like nobody can
Yeah.
see them. Unless you're on a plane, I fully believe in like I have done full on sheet masks on a plane. Like I fully believe in like
That
that kind
also
of
feels
public
different
skincare.
to me.
Yeah.
That feels, like, different because
Who's doing
you're
it in a workout class? Don't they fall off?
I literally saw someone today where I was like, "I don't understand you. Like, what are you doing? Aren't you gonna," and even if they don't fall off with movement, aren't you gonna sweat? And if you're not planning to sweat, what are you
Why are
doing
you at
here?
the workout?
Are you
Yeah.
truly doing it just for, like, the statement and, like, the fashion statement and, like, to be here? Like, I don't understand it all, but yeah, I feel like planes are different, because you're sitting in, like, a confined solitary space, like, what the
Yeah.
fuck else are you gonna do? Plus, hydration, you need it. Like, getting up in the morning and deciding that instead of just also, these things usually say wear for 10 to 15 minutes. You're
Yeah,
not
you shouldn't be
I
wearing
don't
them
think
too
there's anything
long.
wrong with wearing them, but I don't think they're effective. So, it just feels very, I'm doing this because it's
Like
trend.
I'm a skincare girly, like not like I need it. Yeah.
Yes, especially the road ones that say road all over them. That's, like, so many
Well,
influencers
we
are, like,
love we
doing that.
love Haley Bieber.
We do, but, like,
Yeah.
not enough to wear her eye mask for an hour and a half going to
Can
HEB.
you interview this person and can you I need to know if they stayed on because let me tell you, I work out hard and I'm a sweater. There is no way that an eye mask eye masks barely stay on my eyes when I exist in because I move so much.
I'm gonna make a big leap here, but maybe it triggers me because sometimes I feel like the skinny girls don't sweat. And so maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm like, "Oh, because 'cause you're not gonna sweat in the class, whereas I'm gonna be, like, pouring a bucket of water after this." Like, maybe that's it, like, I'm, like, upset.
Can I tell you? And I'm not gonna skinny shame, but same but different with me. I get really upset when I see really skinny girls in really small workout outfits.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
like I think for you and I, it's the same mental annoyance, but like different
Yeah.
things.
It's like, "Oh,
Because
nothing's gonna pop out, so you can wear it."
no, I'm telling you, like I have seen more ass cracks on the smallest humans because they're like I I do a lot of spin. I'm sorry. I think it should be a health code violation to wear a booty jean on a fucking spin bike. I don't want your fucking swass and your pussy sweat all over that seat for the nice
Alexis,
employees to wipe over. Nope, there's a buffer. I'm talking actual drippage. I mean, I'm talking
I was
that
gonna say,
discharge on the seat. I'm not talking lack
okay.
of underwear
I was
because
gonna
there's a
say people
buffer.
who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones,
And I'm going to throw
but
those stones all day long.
yeah. Are you talking about almost like when the shorts they're almost bunched up, like as if they're
Yes.
wearing
They're like a
underwear?
runner short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all. And then they're like the top, like the waistband is like curled down. So it's like the legs are curled up, the waistband's curled down. So it's almost like they're wearing like booty short
Underwear.
style underwear. Yeah, I get your point. I get your point. And listen, if this is
Yeah.
you, I'm really sorry. Like this is more about us
No,
than it is about
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm going to say this. If this is you, I need you to ask yourself why you need to wear a short so short in a workout class. Take that shit to dinner. Take that shit on a walk around the neighborhood. Take that shit on, I don't know, anywhere
You know
else.
what? Take that shit to Trader Joe's, not your eye masks.
Trade off. I'll take it. I'd rather the short shorts at the Trader Joe's than the
Yeah.
eye mask.
So, per usual, I always have something to complain about every week, and that's what I'm complaining about this week. I just don't get it, but you know what? To each their own. I just wanted to call it out.
Next episode, I'm going to show up with eye masks on my under eyes.
Yeah, see, that would annoy me because it's like we're gonna be here for like an hour and a half, Alexis. Like,
No,
who
because
are
you
you
know damn
trying?
well I would rip them off and then like touch it up and it's like do like pat pat pat. Like I'd be like, oh no, we're just I'm just so
Well,
busy.
you wouldn't
I couldn't
have
do it any
to
other
because
time.
after an hour and a half, I'm pretty sure it's sunk in. There's nothing left. They're gonna be like paper towels by the time you're done.
So before Ashley and I started recording, I was telling her that I'm in a little bit of a reality TV slump
Mm.
because I am somebody who I don't watch a lot of scripted TV. I think I've talked about this before. I really like reality TV, but I'm in this place where I can't find anything that I want to watch that's new.
Mhm.
So I've been rewatching a lot of old reality TV. Speaking like here's some et als, okay? Shaws of Sunset, the OG seasons. Brony, the OG seasons. Bethany and Frederick, that one hit season wonder where they had that real estate show together.
Which means that you're like in the Peacock vault. You're like deep.
I don't even know if Bethany and Frederick is in the Peacock vault.
What are you watching it on?
I have this illness where I like to buy old school Bravo shows on
Jesus
iTunes.
Christ. You know what? You know what? That's crazy, but also then you'll have them forever. So go
Yeah,
on.
like I started doing that during COVID and there are some shows. Well, think about it. The Peacock Vault is like new-ish. I've had some of these shows for like a very long time that I've purchased,
Yeah, that's true.
but I have this really bad habit and I actually talk to my husband about this a lot where I think I like to rewatch shows because I don't have to really pay attention.
Yes. Are you the type of person who you're watching a show, but you're also on your phone? Like
Yeah.
playing a game or you're doing a coloring book, like you're doing something
I'm
tactile
doing
while
something
you're
else.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too. Those are the best because I feel like I have to do something in those shows where you really do have to pay attention, which usually aren't reality shows.
Right.
The ones that you have to pay attention to, like, it's like, "Oh, well, then I can't multitask or, like, I can't be on my phone," and that's fine, but with reality TV, it's so much easier to do that, especially the rewatches.
Yeah.
I like, my setup for work is, like, my laptop, my desktop because I like the 2 screens, and then my iPad is in the middle and low,
Yeah.
and basically, like, when I'm doing, like, the monotonous work, I have reality TV reruns all day long.
Yes.
I just started rewatching for, like, the 5th time Vanderpump Rules, so that's what's been, like, running all day while I'm, like, doing
I
work, so
hit
I get it.
listen, I had some old VPR in my rotation.
Yeah. I agree with you that there's a reality TV slump. It's funny, I actually think right now is such a good time for TV, but not reality TV. Like, you've got the regulars that are going on. You've got Below Deck finishing up, you've got Southern Charm running, Real Houses of Beverly Hills. Like, you've got things that are going week to week, so it's like it's not really keeping you fed, but there's really not other, like, reality shows that are, like, really hype right now. I think what's really good right now is the fictional shows. Like, there's so many great limited series on Netflix right now. The Beast and Me, I just finished, Him and Hers. But if you're
Well, him and
not
her
that
is
type
on
of
my list, but
person,
it's hard for me. Scripted TV
right,
is
if
hard
you're
for
not
me.
into those kind of shows, I could see how you're like starving for content right now.
Well, and I do want to say we are recording this. It is Tuesday, February 3rd. Tonight is the Summer House season 10
It's tonight?
premiere. Below Deck, not Below Deck Med, Below Deck. Well, it's like Below Deck Down Under, but it's not Down Under this season. But it's like it's
Oh, it's
Jason
not?
and
It's
because it's
Jason and
Jason and Daisy and Joao. Like it's like and Ben.
oh,
It's
this
like
is
this
like
all
an all-stars cast
Yes,
that they
it's the one
did.
that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they were
Oh,
on
I'm
the
so
yes.
excited.
So, like, that came out last night, so, like, I feel like I'm gonna be okay, but you said this thing that I think is 100% true. I don't wanna do this week to week episodic. I want you to give me 4 episodes. I can fuck those 4 episodes as many times as I want, and then you give me the next 4 like, the week because
Yeah.
I think I get blue balled, and then I think I don't wanna go back for more. Like, I think that's what
I tell
happens.
you, that is totally what happens. I was literally talking about this last night with my book club girls. We were talking about a book and then we moved on to TV. And I was saying, like, what the fuck is going on? This like trend where they're releasing 3 episodes and then they're just releasing one every week. And I realize, hey, we're millennials. We lived in a world once upon a time where all you had was episodic shows that were week to week. And not to mention, you had to watch them when they aired and hope that if you missed it, there were reruns
No,
throughout
it's
the
so
week.
true.
Or you had to have your mom put in a VHS tape and somehow record the thing and hope that she doesn't go over Alice in Wonderland. Like it was a whole thing. I realized that we lived in a world, but I'm spoiled now and I
Yeah.
want my shows and I want them now and I want all of them. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait. Like I'm just going to wait and then binge them. I I think right now, like between like just the things like I've going on in my world creatively, like I feel like I need to keep up. So I am watching things episodically, but I
Yeah, like
would
the Traitors, like, I'm
exactly. I would prefer a good binge. On that note,
yeah.
Traders, yeah, I'm watching Traders. I friggin' love it. I am a day one Traders watcher, by the way. I've been watching it since season 1, episode 1. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so good." I'm like, "Yeah, it's been good." But right now, so good.
We have to talk about the Traitors, but before I do that, do you have any reality shows you can recommend to me to get me out of my new reality shows? Is there anything that you're like, "Oh my god, you need?"
I feel like we might have talked about this before.
Don't I was gonna say don't tell me lies, but that's not a reality TV show.
No, we might have talked about this on the podcast before. McBee Dynasty on Bravo. Have we talked about this?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's a hear me out moment. Hear me out.
Okay.
McBee Dynasty. 4 brothers, dad, run a farm in Missouri.
Yes, you did tell me about this. Okay,
Okay, then
I just need to
I
watch it.
apologize for the repetition, but if you're really thirsty for content and
I am.
give it a go because again, it's that early reality show where like they're sharing way too much and you're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
Yeah.
And there's only been 2 seasons, but like it's a good like it's at least 10 episodes a season. So you've got like 20
Got
plus
some runway.
episodes to go. And listen, if you don't like it, fine. But that's just like that's a niche one that I don't think you hear a lot about. So I wanted to bring that up.
You know what the problem is? I'm trying to get into more Netflix reality TV, but all the Netflix reality TV I want to watch is either is in another language and I don't fully pay attention. So like I don't want to have to read like I watch TV with subtitles on to make my brain focus,
Me
but
too.
I don't want to have to rely on the subtitles.
Yeah. Yeah, G will make me, like, watch stuff sometimes, because he likes, like, anime and all that stuff, and he
Yeah.
doesn't make me watch anime, but sometimes we'll watch, like, shows or even, you know, what's a good example? Squid Games is that's,
Yes, yeah.
and you can do the English dubbing, but we agree as a couple that, like
No, the English dub, it's all because if your mouths don't match up with your words, it like
no, you're
drives
right,
it
and
irks
sometimes
me.
the tonality doesn't match with what's going on either. It's like who like, was this person not watching it while they were reading it? Like, they're not matching what's going on. It'll be like a murder scene, and they'll be like, "Wow, this is so scary." And it's like, that's not you're not connecting with me at all. But anyway, I agree with you. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it if it's the right show. You know what? Do you like Love is Blind, Married at First Sight? Like, do you like those type of shows?
I have a hard time with dating reality TV, and
Okay.
my problem with Love Is Blind now is that everybody knows the formula. Give me the first 4 seasons of a reality TV show when people aren't super famous, where they like what you're saying with these Duck Dynasty boys or whoever they are, the McCains or
Yeah.
McCroyans, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they don't know yet. I don't like watching Love Is Blind now where I'm like, everybody knows. Like, it's like, I don't wanna watch that because I just feel like you're playing it for the game. I don't know, like
Yeah, I guess Married at First Sight has, like, a ton of seasons. It's a USA Network show, so it's a little, like, more off the beaten path. Like, Married at First Sight existed before Love Is Blind, before all that. So it's like the OG show, and it's Married at First Sight. They match them, they meet at the altar, like, it's incredible. And then they're literally married for the duration of the show until they have to decide, like,
yeah.
8 weeks later, do they wanna stay married or get a divorce? So there's a ton of seasons of that if you decide to dabble back into the dating, the TV show. That reminds me sorry, I'm having all these ideas now for you. This is another niche one, but there's a show called Unexpected, I think, and that is I wanna say it's like a USA or a TLC type show. It's like 16 and Pregnant, but modern day. So if you're into that, there's that.
I
And
mean,
then another thing I heard about this week is a new dating show coming out on Netflix called Age of Attraction. And I guess people date, but they don't tell each other how old they are.
this sounds right up your alley.
It absolutely is. But I'm also like, well, they have eyes, don't they?
Wait, is there a minimum age?
I know nothing about it other than I heard there is a show coming out called Age of Attraction, and it is about people dating and they're not telling each other how old they are. So here's my guess. My guess is that there are going to be people that look young but aren't, and there are going to be people that look old but aren't. Like, I'm sure the casting department did like a lot of work
Yeah.
because people have eyes. If I'm looking, it's not like it's not like, oh, they date
You could see
behind.
them.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
My friend texted me and just goes, "Have you watched oh Jesus. Have you watched Prodigal Son on Netflix?" And I literally go, "I haven't watched anything that isn't an old reality show on Bravo that I've seen 100 times."
Yeah. Her timing is perfect, but also no, not for me.
And,
Not for me.
um, should we talk about the Traitors? Are you caught up?
Yeah, I'm caught up as of last week's episode, last Thursday.
Which was episode 7. It was the banquet episode. It was the
Mhm.
amulet of it all.
Yeah. Which I call that a brooch.
It is a brooch, but I think isn't an amulet something else? Like, isn't that why it's called an amulet?
Yeah.
Amulet is a natural or man-made object believed to possess magical or spiritual powers that protect the wearer from danger, disease, evil, or harm. Often worn as jewelry, carried or placed in specific locations, these items serve as shields against negative energy and are used for protection.
I would say it's the opposite of that in this case, but whatever.
But
Semantics.
in this case, it was the opposite. I have a lot of strong thoughts and feelings about the Traitors. I talk a lot about it on my TikTok and on Threads. And for this episode, the banquet episode, I have to say this. Lisa fucking Rinna is the best. She is
I
just
agree.
when she comes out at the top of that stairwell in that outfit with that amulet, aka brooch. I actually do you watch the Traitors podcast with Rob and Bob that comes on
No, but
Peacock?
I should. I should.
I just watched the banquet episode one this week, and Lisa came in. They actually interviewed Lisa in Jam Jam, and Lisa basically was saying, yeah, I think they interview people who get banished or murdered, like,
Okay.
but Lisa was saying the whole reason she went for the amulet is because she knew it went with her outfit. So, like, the
Yeah.
reason she wore it was because she was like, okay, it's like gonna
Yeah.
it was
Super
such a
smart.
moment.
Super smart,
Such
and
a moment.
maybe she was already planning to wear, like, some sort of brooch or something. Because otherwise, I feel like even though the outfit was tea, like, it was a little, like, plain for her, so maybe she was already planning on wearing something, and she was like, "You know what? I'll just swap it out for the amulet."
Swap it out.
Because yeah, I feel like it really worked, and it was smart because it blended, it looked like it was always meant to be. Again, I don't think Rob could have worn that and gotten away
I'm
with,
actually
"Oh, that looks
hating Rob
weird."
right now. I am hating Rob. I'm hating Rob. And this is why I'm hating Rob. Because I fully believe this. If I ever go on the Traitors, which who knows? Never say never. I want
They
to be a
used to have
traitor.
season 1, they had regular people.
Right. Well, the season that they're casting for, right? They're casting for the next season, which is regular people right now.
Okay.
I would want to be a traitor because I think it's so much more fun to play as a traitor. Just like if you've ever played like Mafia, for example, when you're in that
Correct.
turret,
Sorry.
when you're in the turret, those are your people. That is your family. That is,
Yeah.
if you die, I have your back. And for you to start playing so dirty this early in the game because you're hoping to get a blowjob from Colton or something, I don't know. I'm just like, and I can't wait for fucking Candace to come for him.
I'm with you and not with you in certain parts. I agree. It was not the time to start going. I think I was willing to let him slide the first time he voted for
The
Lisa
first
because
time, not
he
the
had to
second.
maintain that connection and that lack of suspicion with Colton, right? If he
Yeah.
hadn't voted with Colton, that would have looked weird. So he had to because Colton was leading the
The
charge.
first, yes,
This
the
week,
first one.
Rob led the charge against Lisa, and it was absolutely unnecessary. And here's why I think it's not a good game move. The more traders there are, the less likely, percentage wise, you're going to get found out, right? Because there's just more of a pool. When you narrow your pool down to now only 2 traders, you are you're just risking, like, better to keep someone around, another trader around, if for nothing else, loyalty
A
aside, to
decoy.
create a buffer around you. Why
Yeah.
not? However, other than this move, which was huge, I actually think Rob is really, really smart. And
Yeah,
I
he was playing the game well, but I think now he's playing too dirty for me. That's my
Yeah,
issue is I
that's
think
fair. That's fair. But I think he's smart and he's playing the rest of the game really well. And I do think it's gonna be hilarious when Colton finds out that Rob is a
you know
traitor.
what it's gonna be like, but I actually don't really listen, I have an issue with Colton, the way he's playing the game, but I will say this, he is 10 toes down in how he is playing this game, so I respect that. It's just not the 10 toes I wanna have down.
You know what I was saying to G? Because this is one of the, like, few handful of shows we actually, like, watch together because we have, like,
Yeah,
so many different
Biggie
interests,
and I too.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
I said to him, like, "You you have to wonder, like, how are people playing and truly being themselves, or are they sort of turning up the character because this is a TV show?" You know? Like, maybe
The second,
Colton went in and he decided, "I'm gonna be that bitch because it's
maybe.
a show, and
Yeah,
they are getting paid to be."
they're getting
Yes, there's
paid.
prize money at the end, which I don't totally understand, but they're being paid to be there, and they'll get paid more if they last longer. So there is sort of a I'm at work POV happening here. I think for the
100%.
housewives, par for the course, right? But then you've got
They know what they're
people
doing.
and then you've got people like Colton who's like they've dabbled in reality TV, but they haven't performed necessarily. But if he's looking to be on these types of shows now and have like recognition and be more public, he's got to play it up.
Play
Like
the
I
game.
think
Yeah.
personally that Michael Rappaport, first of all, he's a huge Bravo fan. He's a
I
huge reality
actually
fan.
loved him and I
Me
loved the
too.
role he played on the show. I
Me too.
get why if you don't know who he is, and if I get why if you don't know the Bravoverse, why the way Michael Rappaport acted would have been
Yeah.
like, whoa.
He's definitely him. I feel like he was definitely himself because I've just seen him in other things, but he
Yeah.
definitely, like, he turned the crazy up a notch because he's like, "I'm here to play, bitch."
I'm
Like,
here to
this
play.
is a
He's also
TV
dying to be a
show.
housewife. His housewife commentary he was like, give me my moment.
Yes, he's such a fan of the housewives and the reality TV world that he couldn't pass up the opportunity to, like, be a little bitchy.
Yeah.
I do not agree with what he said to Colton, whether he meant
No,
it or
no.
not.
Yeah.
I don't align with that, and I think you need to be a little bit more careful and, like, lock your shit up, like,
Yes.
even when you
Yeah,
are, like,
especially because
doing
you
the
are,
whole
yeah.
personality thing, but
Ship.
think
Yeah.
that I think he was laying into it, so, yeah, I always say to G, I'm like, "Yeah, but how much of them is this them?" Because it's a game, like,
I mean,
it's
it's a
not real
game, and
life.
this is my thing.
We're playing
It's
it
a
up.
game, which is why I also I'm gonna say this because Traitors came out and basically was like, there's been too much cyberbullying around the show and it's a show. And I feel two ways about this. I think if you're going to go onto a show like The Traitors, where you know the audience is in it, is playing it, listen, if somebody doesn't like you and they're talking about not liking you on the internet in the context of the show, in my, I'm like, take a page out of Mel Robbins' book, let them.
Yeah.
Now, if you're getting death threats and things like that, that's a different story.
No
But like,
dice.
I have been very vocal about the players that I have not been a fan of. This week, it's Natasha. The way that Natasha acted at this banquet, like she was actually going to die. And the anecdote was going to actually save her life. That is actually the kind of person I want nothing to do with in my life ever. Like the way that she acted, whether she got caught up, was hyping it up, I'm like, not my
Yeah.
cup of tea. But she's bothered me the entire way through. There is something about her attitude and the way that she plays, which Boston Rob on the podcast came out and has said she plays very much like a survivor, like the
Yeah.
survivor game is
100%.
played.
100%. Because that's her reality TV world.
And I'm not a survivor watcher.
Yeah.
But I loved the way Boston Rob played the game. And Cersei, when Cersei won first season, I loved the way she played the game.
Yeah. The survivor thing for Natasha definitely tracks. But I cannot allow us to talk about Natasha and not address her wardrobe.
Can I tell you, I can't even remember how she dresses because her personality makes me so angry.
I can't believe that you can't remember. And I've talked about this specifically with one friend for multiple weeks. Shout out, you know who you are. She said it best, which is Natasha looks, wait, is it Natalie?
Oh my God, is her name Natalie?
It's Natalie. It's not Natasha. I was like, Natasha doesn't feel right. It's Natalie. Why? Sorry, Natalie.
She
you're
has
listening.
Natasha energy.
Why?
It is Natalie.
My friend said, why does she look like she's like either on her way to a rave or she's in like some like 2004 club? She's literally always wearing, I pay attention. This coming
Okay, well,
episode, I
no.
want you to pay attention
I will.
because now this show is known for its amazing, fantastical wardrobe. But she
Alan-
looks like she's
No notes.
dressing for like some sci-fi rave film show. She's not dressing for there's a clear difference. You'll notice. And it's like something's off.
Do you know whose wardrobe I'm loving? Johnny Weir. I am a Johnny Weir stan. Give me those outfits. Because he
Yeah.
dresses like a figure skater. I just want to put skates on him and have him ice skate around the castle.
I think that's why I'm not you pay more attention to Natalie this week. I'll pay more attention to Johnny.
I will.
I think that's why I'm not clocking it because I'm used to seeing him in, sparkly,
He
avant-garde.
is in sparkles. That's why he's dressing like, he literally is dressing like a figure skater.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing him, so then maybe that's not why it's popping up. Not to mention when he was on, I watched him when he was on Dancing with the Stars, so it's like I'm used to seeing that for him. But I'll pay more attention this time.
I am loving Johnny. Actually, I'm also loving the way Johnny is playing the game. Like, I'm loving Johnny.
Yeah, and I didn't catch this, but my friend also pointed out to me, I didn't realize him and Tara are pretending like they barely know each other when they're actually like best friends.
I know.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I have to say this about Tara because I came out on my TikTok and kind of slammed Tara's strategy and she did reply to me.
I saw that. And she
And
commented.
I'm going to say this. I still have an issue with the way she plays the game, and I'm allowed to. However, this episode, I felt like she actually had a voice and was using it and stood on her own. So while you do not need my approval, my acceptance, or even my likability, you proved me wrong a little bit. You did, and I'm going to say it. Because I can own it. I can own it.
There you go. Yeah. No, happy. I actually think like I don't know if like the way she was playing prior to this episode was intentional, but I hope it was because I think it's working for her.
I judge hardest by the way people act at the round table. I
Yeah.
also understand that the round table they've come out and said is like hours long and they edit it. So
Yeah.
I fully admit there are certain people that may be edited to look like a deer caught in headlights based on the amount of footage they have and the way that they're kind of like, because I get it. They kind of show everybody kind of doing this like,
I know.
but hers just too many times had, who are you voting for? What should we do? That I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
figure it out.
Wait
And I
for
hope
him
Candace
to-
comes for Rob. I hope not today neck, not today ankles comes for Rob.
I'll leave it with this. I think Candace, if she hasn't already, is gonna fuck it up. She's too obvious to me. The fact that people have not been suspicious of her is crazy.
Do you watch
Yes.
Potomac?
Yes.
Because I just think she's being
Listen,
herself. Like I
she's
think
being
if you know her, like
100% herself. That's the
Yeah.
problem. She's being,
oh, see, I
in my
love her.
opinion,
Like I'm a
she's being-
huge Candace fan
I like
all the way
her.
through.
I like her,
Yeah.
but I think her being herself is the problem in this scenario and in this game.
Whereas Lisa Rinna being the opposite kind of got her fucked.
Well, yeah, I think what really fucked Lisa up was that as soon as Colton called her out about being quiet, then she got all loud. Instead of
Then she turned it.
what she should have stuck with was what she said, which is, don't judge the way I seem on TV as the way I am in real life. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
housewife is a persona. And I was like, damn, she shot that shit down. But then
Yeah,
she
she
started
did.
to act different. And that was a mistake. She should have just
Yeah.
stuck with the plan. I'm devastated that she's gone. But, you know,
Me too.
the show must go on.
We're going to go out like Lisa Rinna. Iconic, legendary, one of a fucking kind. Amen.
Thank you all so much for listening to another Full Mouthful. We hope you enjoyed it and you got to listen over a glass of vino or possibly in the car driving your kids to school. I don't know, not my business. If you want more of this daily chaos, hot takes, and semi-responsible wisdom, follow us on social. As usual, Alexis is on _Millennial_Matriarch. I am at Millennial Mind of Ash. We're both on TikTok and Instagram. We're serving questionable decisions, comforting truths, and the occasional, wait, am I the drama moments? Spoiler, yeah. For more episodes of the Millennial Matriarch, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Substack, and YouTube. Rate, review, and subscribe, please, please, please. Until next time, drink some water, trust your gut, catch up on the Traitors, and remember, you're the matriarch of your own fucking castle. You better act like it. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Bye.